If I go up to you and I offer to sell you snake oil and you buy it, you didn't have to buy it from me, but I'm still a scammer. How is it so hard for you guys to understand? I don't understand that.
Wouldn't it be on like them to research the Tates in general and see that these things have been coming up and know that, oh, it's probably not a good idea to go hang out with the Tate brothers?
Yeah,
you
but
know
the
what
whole
I'm
point
saying? Do you know if it was proven that the Tate brothers withheld passports from the girls?
My understanding is that claim came from a DM from somebody else talking about it. So I haven't seen anything ultra credible about the passport holding, but there was somebody else that talked to them that mentioned it, but I haven't seen a good, like, I don't think you should repeat that claim. That doesn't seem to be a strong claim right now. They could be, but yeah.
So that's where I think, like, if that's true, then they are in the wrong. If that's not true and those females had free will, like actual free will, I would say that they didn't do anything technically illegal.
Well, hold on. What you mean to say is they didn't do anything that you consider wrong because it's still clearly illegal. Or you are.
I don't know law, though.
It's not Romanian law. It's every type of law. If I go up to you and I offer to sell you snake oil and you buy it, you didn't have to buy it from me, but I'm still a scammer. How is it so hard for you guys to understand? I don't understand that.
So, okay.
It's the deceitful part that makes it a crime. It doesn't matter how much agency you have. If I go to a girl and I say, listen, baby, I love you. Can you come here? Let's get married. Blah, blah, blah. And she comes here and I'm like, oh, what's up? Talk to my friend. She's cool. And I lie about what she came here for. I lie about that relationship with that friend. And the other friend is like, bro, dude, we should like do camping stuff. It's really fun. It's really cool. And they're like, hey, we can get rich together, blah, blah, blah. If I run that scheme with 30 girls, that's sex trafficking. You might not think it's wrong and they can technically leave, but that's deceit. You're lying. You're scamming somebody. That's what the whole point is. It doesn't matter if they have agency or not. Go ahead.
I think, Destiny.
Go ahead.
In regards to sex work and sex trafficking, right? So there are websites that you can apply as a male or female for different sex jobs, right? And in one of their disclaimers on these websites, it says specifically before you actually accept DMs from anybody or before you say, hey, go out and do this or get flown out and do this, always ask for accolades in regards to that. So in your point of like a relationship standpoint, I don't know when these girls got approached by the Tates, but wouldn't you argue that if they were that popular and they knew their name, wouldn't it be on like them to research the Tates in general and see that these things have been coming up and know that, oh, it's probably not a good idea to go hang out with the Tate brothers?
Yeah,
but
the whole point is you can get a girl to fall in love with you anyway. Like, look at the girls that I still catch.
That's manipulation and deceitful, but
yeah, that's manipulation and deceitful. Look at how many girls still like hang out around me, despite the fact that like Mr. Girl's DMing everybody and blah blah blah. There's a lot of red flags around me, a lot of public drama I have, right? And I'm not even trying to like manipulate or mind girls. Like I could start my own webcam shit and mind a bunch of chicks and think that they're in love with me and then go to sell their bodies and shit. Like I could probably do that, maybe. Like the Tates definitely could do that, and they did do that.
Well, yeah, because of status.
Yeah,
status
but they had status. That was the point. A lot of the girls that got DM'd by them were like, "Whoa, he's DMing me. Oh my god, like that's so cool. I feel so special." That was the point. It doesn't matter if they got a history of doing something, so the guys can convince the girls otherwise, which isn't that hard when you're super rich and when you're really charismatic and when you know women really well and when you look really good, which I think these guys like blew out of the park, 100%.
Okay, but do you think they should be in prison for it?
Yeah, it's legal. It's illegal. It's sex trafficking.
Is it a moral thing or is it an actual law thing? You know what I'm saying?
Well, both. I think it's immoral and it is illegal. Yes, that's the whole point. To make it sex trafficking, there has to be an element of deceit involved. And they were lying. They were misrepresenting the types of relations they were looking for, which makes it sex trafficking.
All right, fair enough. The only thing I'd also
I think hold on. To be clear on these conversations, you red pillars. I don't know if you're red pillar. Okay, what you guys should
no, man. I was actually asking questions.
Okay,
sure. I lean whatever way. I don't really get.
Yeah, that's fine. But I think the reality is what most people want to say is that they don't actually think sex trafficking should be illegal. What they are trying to say is that like if the girls are stupid enough to fall for it, then they should be stupid enough to get trafficked. That's what people really mean, but they just don't want to say it.
It's like the same thing. If like just because I'm stupid enough to buy drugs doesn't mean I'm not like doing something illegal, or like the drug dealer isn't doing something illegal, right? Is that like kind of similar?
A little
analogy,
bit, yeah.
Or no?
But I'm just saying, like I remember when I was on the car with Pearl, I tried to get her on this because I was asking her like a million times. I was like, because eventually she was saying, well, if the girls could leave, it's not a big deal. I was like, that doesn't whether or not they could leave doesn't make it a scam or not. Like every scam,
I don't
involves
understand like the law of sex trafficking too much in regards to that. I don't understand that law.
Oh, I just told you in Romania, and it's probably true in a lot of places around the world. If you bring somebody to an area for the purposes of extorting them, meaning using them to make money to sell them for sex-related services, and you do it under a deceitful or coercive or abusive guise, the deceitful one is one of them. If you do it under deceit, that's considered sex trafficking. It's super simple. It's really easy. So if I bring you to another country and I say, let's get married, baby, we can make a lot of money, we go fine. I don't have any intention of fucking marrying you or any of that shit. I'm just trying to start a sex trafficking with you, then that's sex trafficking. Super easy.
Okay.
But I think what you want to say is that, like, well, I don't think that should be sex trafficking. The girls could have looked them up. They could have left. They could have whatever.
I'll never, I guess, chat's saying I didn't do my research on sex trafficking. True. But I thought, like, when I was looking at the case, I didn't look at all angles of it. I only figured, like, okay, like, I thought moral choice was a big deal. And like you were talking about with Pearl, like, sure, that's true. I didn't actually see that interview. But you're right. Like, even though they had a choice to do it or not, what the Tate brothers were doing, was like, in that analogy I gave you, they were the drug dealers at the end of the day. Even though the girls chose to do drugs, those drug dealers are still illegal, you know?
Kind of, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, the choice thing just doesn't, because again, like every single scam ever generally involves people having a choice.
I don't want like sex trafficking, like I said, to be a certain thing or be legal and whatnot. I to my knowledge, that's why I came in here. I didn't really know enough about that, but I thought if they withheld passports, that was like really illegal, you know?
That would be another thing, but like it also betrays like how trafficking works. Like if you're good at what you do, like you're not going to be doing like the craziest shit. Like drug dealers, for instance. Like drug dealers aren't out here like murdering people indiscriminately all the time, because holy who wants to be involved in that? It's one, it's exhausting. Two, it uses up a lot of bodies. You actually lose people. Three, it gets the cops on your ass like none other. And four, it just takes away time from what you want to be doing, is selling drugs. There's a theory, I should be able to cite this better or give it to you, but there's a theory that like one of the reasons why crime fell a lot after the 90s is because gangs got better at cutting up territory and not fighting with each other all the time. It's just so, yeah, like if you want to do...
I think it was with war too, right? Like how war kind of came out where there's territory now and they're not fighting each other. I don't know.
Sure, yeah. But like I'm saying, like if you want to be good at like trafficking and pimping and all that shit, like it's not going to be through physical coercion all the time. It's so much work. It's so sloppy. It's not effective. There are better ways to control people. And we watched so many pimping videos on this channel around this time. Like one guy talked about how like the easiest way to pimp is to you literally just look at like Maslow's hierarchy of memes. Holy shit. Hierarchy of needs. Memes too, maybe. But like find out like what does a girl need? What is she not getting filled right now in her life? And then how can you fulfill it, right? So if a girl is lacking food security, you might be able to, you know, get her to pimp out for you with cheeseburgers, right? Or if a girl doesn't feel like she has safety or security.
Pimping is just a value in general, right? It doesn't necessarily have to be money.
Trying to find a vulnerable girl, and you're trying to give her something that she doesn't have right now in her life. And then through that relationship, you leverage that to get her to sell sexual things for you to profit off of. And what the Tates were doing is they were doing it romantically. That's the point of the lover boy method is I'm gonna find a girl that doesn't have a guy to love her right now, or is like really looking for that type of connection, and then I'm gonna get her that way, basically.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
Do you think Dan Bilzerian's similar?
I don't know what I'm about to say. Why? What did he do?
Well, I mean, God, so it's like, I read the book to set up. It was 400 pages. It's on Amazon. It's